Good morning. I was gonna say morning, but it's 11. I knew it was 11. So yeah, not really morning, kind of early afternoon. Well, morning for you on all those of you on the West Coast. So thanks for being here. Maybe I should wait and make sure people can hear me first, because that happens, right, with live sometimes. I'm just gonna wait till someone jumps on here, make sure everyone can hear me. There's one person. Someone showed up to watch. That's good. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up. Hey, Sarah, thank you. Christina Delgado in the house. How's everybody doing? Can we just all do that? Can you guys see that? Is that backward? No, it's not. Wake up and be awesome. It is a happy Friday, Michelle. Hey, Katrina Gobey. Brand new diamond, Katrina. Yeah, who doesn't love Fridays, right, guys? Amazing. So, I am going to try to keep this within a reasonable amount of time. I can ramble. It is part of my personality, but I'm going to give you as much information about this topic, and it's actually a topic I'm super passionate about. But first off, huge thanks to Kevin. Huge thanks to Kim Carver for organizing all this. I mean, guys, the training we get from Beachbody it's so top-notch and so first class. What I love about it is they are constantly trying to improve the system for everybody. And I love that. You know, the worst saying in business is we've just always done it this way. That is the worst saying in business. So I love that they're trying to move forward. I love the Beachbody On Demand work. They're constantly trying to push the envelope on where they're going, and that's what I love. So, and let's just give a shout out to Audrey, Katie, Danielle, Shane, the four other people this week just brought it. And amazing content. So this topic is near and dear to my heart as a former business owner before Beachbody, because and listen, it is not always easy transitioning from maybe an office job, whatever your employment was before Beachbody. Maybe you haven't been an entrepreneur before. Maybe you haven't run your own home-based business. Most people wouldn't have. It's not always an easy switch. But I think there's some little tips, and hopefully I'll give you some nuggets on when you're working with your new coaches, how to get them to have sort of that mind switch. And hey, Barbie, and have that mindset from maybe it's not strictly an employee mindset, but it can be. And I want my new coaches. I'm going to share kind of what I try to do with our team and coaches when we onboard them, and even current coaches have been doing it for a while. Is having that CEO mindset and really getting them to understand that once you've opened your Beachbody business, yes, number one, we are trying to help people, we are trying to inspire, we are trying to make every human being we come in contact with, we are trying to make them better people by the time they leave our accountability group. Or once they've been in our accountability group for a while, they're improving as human beings, which makes their relationships better. All that stuff, we're trying to just improve their life. That is first and foremost. However, we're also running a business, and that's really important. And all of you, most of you, I hope, although we all have different goals and dreams, a lot of you have big, massive goals. The goals that scare you, and they kind of should, because that gets exciting, right? So let's talk a couple things. I'll just sort of tell you who I am quickly and a little bit about my background. My name is Jamie Fitzpatrick. Sorry, I know it's up above there. But I actually taught high school for about 6 years. I'm a little older, so that was like my last year I taught was about 16, 17 years ago. It's funny, a few other of the speakers this week were teachers too. So that was my background for a while, and then I stopped teaching. I always thought I might go back into it, but I stopped teaching to open up my own business with my brother, Mike. And we basically opened up a chain of retail stores. We started with one, my brother and I. It was like a dog lifestyle store. Not really boutique-y because we're dudes, and it kind of had a masculine flair to it. We still had the foo-foo stuff, but that's why we didn't call it a boutique, we called it a dog lifestyle store. And we opened up one, and then people loved the concept, and we started franchising that out. I think we had up to about 23 stores. I don't want to get into what happened to that. I'm out of it now, sold it off. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Alexandra. But obviously we turned into franchisors. So we started with one store and we franchised out the concept. So the amount of stuff that we learned, good and bad, stress, no stress, I mean, it was such a learning experience. I don't regret it. It was amazing. I met my wife through that. But what I learned is that business can be really difficult, and it can be tough, but you definitely have a different mindset when you start worrying about other people, or other people come into your system just like your coaches come onto your team. And I hate even using the word your coaches, because that's almost a term of ownership, and that's not what this is. And that's part of having a CEO mindset, is you can't have an ownership mentality of your coaches. Hey Alan, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you on here. But what the key thing is that, you need to be a leader first and foremost. You can call it the CEO, but it's really about being a leader. And here's what I see a lot happen, and this is when we onboard new coaches, I kind of try to tell them this story, and we do it in our training, we do it on team calls. It's like, when we invested in our first retail store, and my parents helped us invest money, they literally cashed in some of their RSPs to help us invest in our first retail store. It cost about, and this is Canadian dollars, so much different for you US folk, it cost about $200,000 to $250,000 to invest in our first retail store, with the hopes of making money maybe after 2 years. The hopes. You have to buy all your shelving, your POS system, all your inventory. I mean, that is a legit business where you're putting all this cash in. So throw on the side that we put in all that money, and then you throw on top of that some of it was our parents' money that they've been saving and stuff, and they were very happy to do it. It was all paid back. There was some pressure on us, but here's the thing, guys. How do you think my brother and I treated that business? We poured our heart and soul into that thing. Like, we were there every day. We showed up in our business every day. My brother even was teaching high school full time, so I would kind of be in the store at the start. He would come in after. We'd work the business till late at night. We'd do inventory. We're there on the weekends. I mean, we busted our you-know-what to make sure that the amount of money that we invested in that business, we could see that back. We could pay our parents back. So our focus, it was hyper-focus, was to make that business work. Now, here's the thing. And this is really key, and I try to teach our new coaches this. It's part of that mindset switch is, what if you treated your Beachbody business like it wasn't a $199 all-access challenge pack sign-up? Because I think what happens is sometimes we treat the business like the investment that we originally made into it. And coaches treat it like a hobby. Not everyone, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but I see that happen a lot. Is like, yeah, it's $199 US, it's $231 Canadian for an all-access challenge pack. You guys, that is crazy low investment for the opportunity that is all in front of us as coaches. It's crazy low. It's ridiculous. And you don't even actually have to pay a fee the first month to sign up. You get the product to actually try. You get BOD to cruise around and try all the programs. Unfortunately, though, I think people treat it not as a $250,000 investment, but as a $200 investment. And they devote that time to it, where my mindset was from the start was, listen, if I'm going to sink 5 minutes into this, or an hour, or weeks, or a year, it didn't matter to me the initial investment I put in it. The value to me was my time. And I treated my Beachbody business exactly like I treated our retail store. It didn't matter the investment. And so I try to get new coaches to kind of think that way, right? This business, the opportunity from coaching, I don't want to say is almost greater, but was greater than the retail stores that we actually were able to open. And I would say a heck of a lot easier. Okay? So that is one of the things I think when you onboard new coaches is get them to understand the opportunity ahead of them. And it's almost like, well, it's the whole saying, right? You treat this like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. I don't want to put the income disclaimer in here. If I need to, I'll do it after in the post. But you treat anything like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. You treat it like a business and you're the CEO, eventually it could pay you like that. Okay? It's kind of like when we have a desk job or we're a teacher. Actually, no, this is a better analogy. When we're going to high school, all the teachers kind of tell you what has to be done. They tell you when your work's due. They tell you, you have to go on this trip there, get your form signed by your parents so you have permission. It's kind of like when you go to college, university, you kind of get there and no one tells you what to do. It's all on you. That's kind of like opening your Beachbody business. Yes, you have mentors. Yes, you have your upline. Yes, you have a team of people to support you. But guys, here's the thing. your level of success, whatever you deem successful, it's going to be because of the work that you put in, and it's going to be on the attitude that you treat your business. Okay? I want to say first and foremost too is, and I want to give you some specific things that we get our coaches to do. Again, I don't like saying our coaches, the coaches on our team to do. There's some specific things I get them to do or I want them to do, so they get that they're in this business mentality. And even right away, I want them thinking like, I'm going to have a really big team one day. I am going to mentor people. People are going to be attracted to my vibe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I want them thinking that really quickly. I don't want them just getting in that, I need to sell a challenge pack, I need to sell a challenge pack, I need to sell a challenge pack, right? I want them thinking, there's bigger things that are going to happen in my business, okay? What I wanted to say is, guys, if you haven't gone to the first 30 training in your back office, go to the training guide, go to the training guide. You have to go look at the first 30 training. I mean, Kim and the guys, all of them, and the ladies, everyone who's contributed to this, they've put in so much work into this training. There are so many amazing resources in there. I know a lot of people have their own training. That's cool. I have my own training. But the stuff in there is gold, like the business quick start guide, the leader guide, getting into the coach action plan, that initial business tracker. It's that mind switch where you get coaches thinking, this is a business, I got to check off the stuff I have to do. Huge. So you got to go to that training and access that, guys. And don't get overwhelmed by it all. There's lots of info there. Just go through it slowly, but work your way through that. It's really beneficial. So, how do I kind of get people thinking like a business owner right away? Well, like I said, it's not always easy, but this is kind of what I do. First and foremost is, and I don't want to insult people here, but I want to keep it real for you as well, because me sugarcoating stuff doesn't always the best way to help people. So part of being a Beachbody coach and part of wanting to mentor people and develop your team, part of that is being and acting like a leader, not a follower. Be a leader. So the number one terminology I use for new coaches is be resourceful. Be a resource, be resourceful, find the answers. It doesn't mean you can't ask questions. I asked questions when I started. We all do. That's cool. But I feel like one characteristics of being a leader in that CEO mindset is go find the answers. Go research. Go figure out how to do it. Guys, YouTube, First 30, back office, FAQ. There is so much stuff out there. That's part of being a leader. It's part of developing that, you know what, I don't really know the answer, but I'm going to go search for it. Because that's a habit. That is a quality that leaders and CEOs have. You know, it's like if no one's going to fix this problem, I'm going to fix the problem. I'm not going to go ask 50 people how to fix it. I'm going to take care of it myself. Okay? Hey, Carrie, fellow teacher. So that's one thing. And guys, let me just say this, is the time you're spending on social media, just make it productive time. Please, I almost don't want to say this, but I use it this way, like, be a leader, don't be a fan. So it's good to follow other top coaches or people you respect. It's good to follow and see how they do that. I think that's part of learning. It's like success leaves clues. But don't be a fan. Don't spend all your time liking their stuff and just being all over their stuff. Spend the time on your business. Learn from them, but don't necessarily be a fan of what they're doing, because I feel like you can get sucked into that black hole, right, of what they're doing. Plus, the comparison game never works, right? Thief is a joy, or comparison is a thief of joy. So focus on your business. That's what CEOs do. They don't focus on what everyone else is doing. Run your race. Focus on you. A couple of things. And I think when you do your first, I got some notes here. When you do your first GSR call, getting started right call with your coaches, you have to set the tone of that. All right? So a couple of real specific things that I think are great for new coaches to do to get in that mindset. And you want to start thinking like a business owner. Okay, a business owner is your Facebook banner. It's one of the first actionable items that you can do. It's early in our specific training that we do. Like, think of it, I always come from, I'm from a retail background, so I think about it this way. Like, if you were walking by a store, and you're walking by the store, I don't care what kind of store it is, it's a purse store or whatever, electronic store, the window isn't going to be blank, or it's not going to be a picture of the store owner necessarily, because that doesn't tell you what's inside the store. So your Facebook banner, IG, whatever social media platform you're on, Your Facebook banner has to show people who you are, what you're about. Yeah, you're going to have your picture in the profile picture, but your banner, like set it up so you're showing people, I'm running a business. And it can be your like page has a banner, your personal page. We do a lot of our stuff from Facebook, so that's what I'm going to talk to you about. Make sure that represents your business, and your business is you. It's your life. It's what you're doing. You're sharing your journey as a coach. You're a product of the product, right? All those things have to be represented by your Facebook banner. Go to PicMonkey, pickmonkey.com. It's a great, simple tool. There's lots of tutorials on how to do it. Go to YouTube, watch one, figure out how to do it. You can do it on Canva even. There's a lot of platforms to do it, but that's one initial thing of like, there's so many coaches, I'll go to their page and the banner is some shot of a flower. And I'm like, how do people know what's in your store? How do people know what you're all about? Part of being a business owner is having that business card on your Facebook page and letting them know who you are. Show your picture, maybe your family, you working out, something. Don't make it salesy, but it needs to show who you are and what you're passionate about. That's first and foremost. Let them know you're a business owner and you have something to offer them. And that also goes in your Facebook posts too. All right? I encourage all my coaches to, and everyone on the team, get a logo. Is there any business or company out there that you see in your everyday life that doesn't have a logo or doesn't have a business name? None. Okay? Christina, you're making me laugh. Cats, yeah. Yeah, well, you might love cats. Maybe it's a small picture in your corner, but yeah, don't make your whole Facebook banner cats. But your logo. There's no business out there that doesn't have a logo, so go get a logo for your business. You know, go get a representative brand for your business. Fiverr, Fiverr.com. You can get a professional logo made probably for $5 or $10. Maybe if you want to get some other EPS files, a few other things, it's going to cost you $30, $40. Investing in your business is another one we'll talk about in a bit. Get a logo for your business. Again, it's that mindset of, I have a Facebook banner, I now have a logo for my business. You are a business owner, develop one. No other businesses out there don't have a logo. Get one for your business. Come up with a name if you want. And it gets a little bit tricky because you're going to have a team name and you might have a like page name, but come up with some kind of a team name. Remember, you're going to grow a team. Have that attitude that you're going to have this massive team. So pick a name for your team that is not maybe specific to you or has your name in it because you want to represent the team and the vibe and that flow of what your team's going to be. Okay? So do that. Another thing we get them to do, what I recommend doing even from day one, and I know there's lots of moving parts when you start. I know you're getting information thrown at you, but set up a team page. Right away, I don't care if you have 0 coaches, 1 coaches, 5 coaches, I would set up a team page. Website can wait, I think, till down the road, but I would definitely set up a team page. The reason I like setting up a team page is because, again, it's like, it's not wishful thinking, but it's like you're creating a team page with the thought that you're going to have a team. And that's all about that mindset, guys. Again, you are a business owner. Logo, Facebook banner, develop a team page. That first coach, add them to that team page. I'd even go as far, some people think I'm crazy, but this is part of the CEO mindset. Even if you have 1 coach or 2 coaches on your team, schedule that weekly team call. I promise you, do the team calls every week. Even if it's just yourself, I know this sounds crazy, pick a topic, get it on Zoom, hit record, and start recording a topic that you're going to talk about. Because guess what? You can save those to YouTube later and maybe use them as training. But it also gets you in that habit and you become comfortable in front of the camera. You become comfortable watching the recording back and seeing maybe what you could have done differently. It's part of the CEO mindset. You're thinking like you're going to have a team down the road, so start now. So that's another tip. Okay, guys? What else? The other thing we do, and I think this is really important. Hey, David. I love David Atkins, by the way. Such a great guy. Great mentor. So I just saw you there, David. The other thing you can do as well, and we try to teach our coaches this right away, is I think it's really important because I know how I felt. Like when you sign up to be a coach, you're really excited, but part of me is like, okay, so they're actually going to deposit money into my checking account for helping other people. Like this is actually going to happen. And I felt like until, I logged in on that Thursday afternoon, I was like, oh my gosh, they actually did put money in my checking account. Like, this is really cool. I feel like, I want to help my coaches get early wins. And early wins are like, help someone immediately. Make a commission off that initial pack. Running a business is part of taking income in. That's part of the business. I remember in our retail stores, that first day we opened, people were coming in and buying stuff. I mean, what a cool feeling, right? And you guys remember that first challenge pack sale you ever did. You remember that first EFT deposit in your account, how good that felt? I want my coaches to feel that right away. I want them to know that this is a legit business. Yes, Carl will deposit money, not Carl, but Beachbody will put money in your account, and they get that, and it's a win for them. So I teach them how to use the Coach Mobile. I teach them this is how you enter someone's order for a challenge pack. If it's a friend, family member, mom, dad, spouse, doesn't matter. Get them that win. Show them how to do that. That is part of that, developing that mindset of, okay, I can do this. I can do this, and I can run this business properly. And then you take them into the team stuff and all that. Just want to make sure, check my time here. I'm already at 20 minutes. So let's see. What else do I have for you here? Oh yeah, two other things. My little tips for you is set up a workout, or not a workout, yeah, set up a workout space, but set up an office space. Again, it's developing that thing of you are running a business. I was guilty for the first while. This is actually fairly new for us, what we've developed here. But set up a workspace in your house and make that your office space. Again, you're running a business, treat it like one. Set up that, the kitchen counter does not count. The couch in front of the TV does not count, guys. Set up a workspace. And I don't care if it's a tiny little desk in the corner of a room, but when you go to that spot, that is where you work. And all the other thing it does is it kind of pushes all the distractions away. The TV is not in front of you by the couch. The kitchen, you're not like seeing your kids while, like, get that little workspace for yourself. Okay, and that's another thing we try to stress with people. This is another one I try to do. Again, I'm trying to constantly imprint the idea on coaches that this is a business. So even setting up maybe a separate bank account. I don't want to get into the whole spouse thing. That's for you to figure out. But set up a separate bank account. If you can, get a Visa card with your bank account. There are expenses that you're going to incur as a coach. And this is a whole tax thing. Check with your accountant. But again, it's putting in the mindset that, no, this isn't just a side thing that you're going to do. And yes, I know we all have different goals. That's cool, whatever they are. But we all have different goals. But again, a separate bank account is just letting you know, yes, this is a business. So you take all those things, right? And you try to get the new coach to implement them. I encourage you to get them to do those things. And I think it really sets that tone of what it is. And the other thing too is, I don't want to talk about us or our team, but a lot of people ask us, I feel like we have a good team culture. And part of that is because, and again, this goes back to the point of why you should start running your team calls from day one, is because I feel like our team is really fun. I'm a dork. My wife is goofy. We love to have fun. We kind of attract the same type of people. So we have a lot of fun on our team calls and our trips and stuff. I don't want to be like this is all just strictly business and stuff. However, our team calls on Thursday nights, I and the rest of the team, we treat that hour, sometimes it's an hour and a half, that is sacred time for us. That is training and learning and get to work time. It's not social hour, it's not any of that stuff. Yeah, we do that stuff at the end, we keep the call on people, but we're there to learn, we're there to work, we're there to grow our business, we're there to change our circumstances, we're there to fulfill some dreams. And that tone, I hope, has been set since day one. And that's another thing you need to do with your team, so they know when they show up to that Zoom call, they show up to learn and their mind is open. And that's the whole other part of setting the culture on what team you want is yeah, we're going to have fun. This business is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful things about it, the travel, all that stuff. But man, set that culture from your team that this is a business, guys, and we're going to learn on this stuff. And we're going to help you with all the business activities that you need. And I think that's a huge part of it too, guys, is that culture that you create. And the best part is you're in control of that. You're in control of your team's culture and how you do that. So that's my other little tip. What else did I have for you? Oh, lastly, My time is coming up, 25 minutes. Lastly, I don't know any business out there that doesn't invest back in their business. Okay? And that is part of that CEO mentality. It's part of running a business. You will have to put money back into it. For whatever reason, I noticed a lot of coaches are really hesitant to that. And listen, I'm a fan of practicality. I get it. We all have different circumstances. We all have bills and stuff to pay. Some people need their Beachbody income. Some people don't. I get it. I'm not just saying you have to put all your money back in, but I think it's important to know that you will have to put some money back in at some point. Okay? Maybe it's 5%. Maybe it's 1%. Maybe it's 30 or 50. I know a lot of coaches that do that. It depends on your circumstances, but the one thing I know is if you put it towards smart things like events, really important Beachbody events, and important trainings that you can do, and how do you judge what events to go to? Trust your gut, because there's so much stuff out there to go to. Summit's an obvious one. Your Super Saturdays is an obvious one. Spending the money to go there, that's the right move. Like, that is the right thing to do, because that's going to grow your business, and you can't think of the, man, I spent $30 to go to Super Saturday. I had to spend lunch for $12. Gas was $20. You know, yeah, that is almost short-sighted thinking, guys, because I'll guarantee you the $50 you spent to go to Super Saturday, the knowledge and stuff that you get from that event is far going to pay off in the future. And again, that's part of being a business owner. You will have to invest money back. So I'm a huge events person. I encourage everyone to go to them. We sent 7 ladies. My wife went with 6 of our awesome coaches, and they went to the GoPro in Vegas. And I'm telling you, they spoke on our team call last night, and they are just like lit up. They're lit up with what they learned, and that's what this is all part of it. So quick recap, guys. Logo from Fiverr if you want. Get a logo. Develop your team page. Make sure your Facebook banner looks like you run a business, but also make sure it looks like you and represents everything you love. You know, faith, family, fitness, all that stuff. Maybe some interest, but it's got to show who you are and what you do. What else do I have for you? Yeah, I think I recapped it all. So that's what we try to do, guys. It's not always easy, but I think if you set that tone and culture for yourself and your team, there's lots of great PD out there on what to do. John Maxwell is a great guy. You know, he's got tons of books out there. And there's a bunch of other stuff. I don't want this to turn into a PD thing, but yeah, that's what we try to do with our team, what we try to do with our new coaches and existing coaches. And I hope that helped. I don't know if you have any quick questions, guys. I'm way over my time, I think, but if you have a couple questions, I can answer those. And if not, I'll just stare at the screen and drink my Wake Up and Be Awesome cup, because you are awesome. Congrats on Diamond, Alan, by the way. I saw that. Awesome job, buddy. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Sarah. You're welcome. Hey, Carrie. No other questions, guys? We're good? All right. Have a good one, everyone. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. And be happy, have fun, work hard, and chase your dreams, guys. It's so important, guys. Chase what you want. It is attainable. It is attainable. Thanks, guys.